Well, good day, folks, and welcome to TJ Productions. And today we have the absolute honor and pleasure to be speaking with Fay Lamour, all the way from South Africa.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Fay.
Well, my name is Sinead Kathleen Vermeulen, better known as Fay Lamour. So I'm a singer, songwriter, pianist, producer, and then on the side I do photography and like sound engineering stuff that I'm only getting into now, which is really lovely. And yeah, that's like a little bit of everything.
Wow, that's all encompassing, really all encompassing. Tell us how you first got into music and who inspired you.
Sure. It was so weird. As a kid, I wanted to be a choreographer because I was like a dancer, blah blah blah. And then I played piano and I started like writing songs and I played for my friends and they were like, "You're actually a good singer." I was like, "No," because I always wanted to be one, but I didn't
Hmm.
have the voice. I had a weird voice.
Right.
And then from there on, I just started like getting into Bloemfontein, my hometown like scene. But I started playing bass, which was weird because nobody wanted a pianist. They were like, "Ew." So then I started playing bass for like metal bands, which was really, yeah, looking back, like going from metal to like jazz is
Hmm.
quite strange. But yeah, it just like evolves. I don't really know where it came from. It just happened. And now, yeah, trying to be better every day.
Well, that's amazing. And do you have any other special talents, Fay?
Oh, tap dance. I do tap dance once a week because I love the 20s. Like, I love it. Yeah. So that's just paying a little homage to like the music that I love, you know? Yeah.
What and what skills have you acquired and that have helped you during your entertaining career?
Music business and like learning and loving your craft and like being the best that you can be at it. Like that's a skill I think. And yeah, getting your social media right, getting your like interviews right, like being professional but still having fun.
Yep, that's a great approach. A really, really great approach. Um, Tell us now, can you tell us about any of the famous artists that you've performed with so far in your career?
I haven't really done let's see, we can say the Medicine Dolls. Like we went on tour together. That was my first ever like tour. And playing with them was very lovely because they always have like the best artists playing with them in South Africa. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, and then there's festivals. I can't really remember. Like it was the
Righto.
big names. Yeah. Because I'm still like quite getting in there. And this whole COVID thing has put us all back a bit. But at least when it starts opening up again and festivals are going to be open again, we'll see what happens. But I feel really confident about it.
Okay, now can you tell us about how you'd go about energizing a tired audience?
Um, hmm. Well, just like when I'm on stage, I just want to be with my piano and like feel my emotions and then hopefully, um, yeah, like talk to people through that, you know.
Right.
Because it's really like chilled music, so I can't say like let's jump and like have a party because it's not that vibe. But hopefully through your soul.
Absolutely fabulous. And now, can you tell us a little bit about your current or upcoming credits? I know you released some music this last month, even actually. Can you tell us a bit about that?
No, I guess that was last year. I'm gonna release a single now and my first ever music video, which I'm really excited about because
Right.
yeah. So it's just like the music video is gonna be released the 19th, and then the EP is gonna come in June, and then we're gonna do a whole contemporary modern EP as well from my previous yeah songs that the EP was called Blue to Yellow. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Right.
it's just like, yeah, I'm trying to fill up the year with a lot of cool stuff. My mind
That
is full of
sounds
that.
that sounds really exciting. That
Yeah.
fabulous. Well done. Well done. Okay. Now, for our next question is, if you had a choice of any international famous artist that you could support live, who would that be?
Sure. The whole Lana Del Rey, Marina and the Diamonds, FKA Twigs crowd is kind of cool. Like that would be like a dream come true, playing amongst those like cool, like women musicians. Yeah.
Well, excellent. Now, can you tell us how you'd go about mentoring or tutoring a student, based on your experience?
You're having a lot of patience. I don't think I'm a good student, but I don't think I'm a good teacher. But yeah, I haven't ever done that. But yeah, I'll just be like, practice. Practice makes everything better.
Okay, now, what is your favorite genre of music to perform, actually?
Yeah. Well, jazz, definitely. Alternative, classical, love classical as well. And then like your cabaret style, like jazz bar. Yeah, just being with your piano and singing show tunes is also a vibe.
Excellent. Now, of those jazz musicians that and that genre that you just mentioned now, who inspired you the most?
Miss Hazel Scott, definitely. I'm like, yeah, she's everything. I wish to be like the what is it, darling of Cafe Society that she was. And like Duke Ellington, brilliant
Okay,
pianist. Yeah,
fabulous. Yep.
yeah. So those two are like a big inspiration.
Right. Now, how do you start your day, actually? How do you prepare yourself, if you're going to be writing a particular piece, or, what's your regime? Do you practice a lot? Do you practice every day?
Mm. Um, well, with every EP, it's been different so far, and it's quite interesting to see. Because, like with my first EP, it was a week, and I was like every day, 5 to 5, like just working, 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 and that was like what worked for that EP. And then the
Hmm.
second one took a year and a half, and I was like, when I feel like
Wow.
it, I'm gonna do that, you know. And this one is like a bit of both. It's like I have a week of like intense, and then if I don't feel like writing a song, I'm not going to write a song because then it's not true, you know. What I tried with the first EP. So yeah, it's always a different approach, but that's what keeps it interesting.
Excellent, excellent. Now, you've also got qualifications as a sound engineer,
Well, still
which
second year
I
now.
think. Oh, okay, right, right. Well,
Yeah,
that's
still
very good.
studying. Yeah.
That's very, very good. What have you learnt in that, and what tips and pointers can you give to others with regards to what you've learnt?
Well, sure. That I'm not gonna like I'm still struggling with my live sound, but I love mixing and mixing is really cool. So if you're a musician and you love like the sound part as well, like being a mixing engineer is just so like stimulating and lovely. But like mastering, I'm still struggling with. You need to like master your craft before becoming a master engineer, and that's one thing that I didn't know.
That's right. When I know there's this thing with sound engineers. There's always a particular instrument that stands out.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there mixing and mastering, which instrument is that for you?
Um, Well, I love like my piano, and I always try to find like the right amount of sounds. Like with your Yamaha, it's like brilliant for jazz, and then like your Boschner is like great for classical, and then like Sternway is just like always lovely for pop mixes. Like I feel that's where I feel most comfortable with, and like editing, and like hearing the little like cracks of the wood and like the pedals lifting. Like I always try to incorporate that with like recording other people's stuff as well, which has also not been a lot at the moment, but we'll see in the future. Yeah, I
Yep.
don't know if that
Now,
made sense, but
yeah. Well, the COVID thing's been pretty bad. I'm sure that's affected you very, very much over there in where you live. Um, how badly has it affected you, actually?
well, we didn't do shows for now a year and 2 months now. But I try to just look on the positive side and then try to make and record music, and then like recording live stuff is also good to go get festivals when this whole thing is done to send in to submission. So just trying to work still, and yeah.
That's wonderful, Faye. Now I know you're the folks that are following this interview. They can follow you on Facebook. You're also on Instagram as Fay
Yes,
Lamour.
yes.
Do you have a website as well, or if you're just on those two platforms?
Yeah, just in those two platforms at the moment.
Okay. Are
And then
they
YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I forgot about that. So yeah, subscribe because there's a new
oh
music video coming.
well, Faye's very good, folks, and you need to listen to her on YouTube. That'd be
Yeah.
wonderful. Absolutely.
Uh,
Yep. Well, that's been wonderful, and I'd like to thank you very, very much for coming on today and talking to us and telling us all about your life and your work, and
oh,
explaining about your music and just how multi-talented you are. There's not very, very many people that we've interviewed so far that not only are a musician, but they've got various other crafts and hobbies, including sound engineering. That you've studied as well, and are still currently studying. And on behalf of Jay and myself, we'd like to thank you very, very much today for coming on
oh,
to TJ Productions, and we
thank you
wish you
so much.
every success with your career.
Thank you so much, man.